Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. On this tutorial, it's gonna be like a watch me work, and I'm doing my nails, so I be having a hard time getting in frame and in camera and stuff. This video is way shorter than what it needs to be because, drum roll please, I'm gonna start like a series. I'm gonna do true crime while I do my nails. I feel like when my friend suggested it to me, and I was like, girl, that's crazy. And I was like, no, bitch, that's what's up. Like, it's different because you never see that when someone's doing nails. So I'm going to do a true crime story while you watch me do my nails. And like I said, I'm not really going to explain anything because, for one, I didn't, like, you're going to see at the end of the video how I did my nails. And honestly, I can't really explain it because I'm not even in the frame a whole lot. But I was trying to show y'all what I was doing. Okay. So this is a story of a little girl named Shanda Sharer. I don't know if y'all have heard that or not. But yeah, this story happened like January 1991, I think. Yeah, that's what it is. And yeah, so basically she lived with her mom and they lived in Indiana. They lived in Indiana. I don't know, I can't remember what part they lived in, but when she lived with her mom, she went to a private school. It was a private Catholic school, and she got good grades. She was in gymnastics, and the mom is just like ranting and raving about basically how much of a good student she was and how close they were. And the mom and the dad weren't together, so the mom decides that, okay, I want her to be closer to her dad. I want them to have more of a relationship. So she moves to this place called New Albany, Indiana, and the detectives were saying like it was a super middle class area, stuff like that. So I'm just assuming that means just probably like everybody knows everybody. Nobody's like super poor or super rich or something like that. So she starts going to the school in New Albany, and she gets into this altercation like a couple days of her being there, and she gets into it with this girl. Well, first she gets into it with a guy, and then he has a cousin that goes to that school who's like a little bit older than her, and then the girl like hits her, so they both end up getting detention for like a week, and they become friends. So the girl eventually meets her mom, and her mom said she was shocked by the girl Amanda, which is Shanda's newfound friend that she got into a fight with. She said she was shocked by her. One, because, well, she didn't say this, but I feel like it was the 90s, so how parents are back then. And the little girl was gay, and she dressed more on the manly side, like what we would call typically like a stud. She dressed like that. She had a short haircut, and she was a little bit older than Shanda. But the mom didn't say that, but I almost can like guarantee this what she meant, because people weren't used to seeing things like that back then. So she said she was shocked, and she also said she was like, Shanda, why do you want to be friends with her? She hit you, y'all got into a fight. And she was like, Mom, when we were in detention together, she really wasn't that bad. So her mom accepted her. So at this school there was another character, and she makes my soul boil. Like, Lord, like I just get so pissed when I think about it. I'm just like, you didn't even have to go that far. Like, you was just doing the freaking most. Because mind you, Shanda is 12. Her older friend Amanda is like 14. Just keep that in mind. So Amanda has an on and off girlfriend named Melissa. First of all, I don't know how I said that, but first of all, this broad is 16 and she failed a couple times. And I'm like, first of all, you're weird. Like, why are you so obsessed with this girl who's like a year younger than you? Then you failed. First of all, you worried about the wrong damn thing. Okay, worried about passing and getting into your right grade. That's the first thing. But anywho, she has this girl, but at the time she's off. They're not together. And it was said that Melinda was super controlling and wanted to have everything her way. And so Amanda kind of got tired of that and was like, I'm straight on you, sis. Like, catch me on the flip side. I'm straight on you. I don't wanna rap with you no more. So she started being friends with Shanda, and there was really no proof of this, but a lot of the detectives and like crime psychologists and stuff are saying that they feel like Amanda liked Shanda because she was younger and she wanted someone that she can almost, manipulate or control how Melinda controlled her. But like I said, that was not proven. It was just, a guesstimation, an educated guess. So her mom says that she notices that when she starts hanging out with Amanda more, her grades slip and she's getting into more trouble. And she's like, all of this started when she started hanging out with Amanda. All this started, and Amanda was a troublemaker, and she wasn't doing this. She was getting good grades at first. I just saw something funny, but anyway, she was getting good grades at first and stuff. And so she's like, I don't want you seeing her, period. So of course they're still seeing each other and whatnot, and they're sending letters to each other. And Amanda sends the letter to Shanda. The mom sees it, and the mom is just like, like, hell no. And so the mom said she didn't really care about her daughter being gay. She just felt like, which I can understand what she's saying. She said she didn't care about her being gay, but she just thought she was too young to even, be experiencing the things that she was experiencing. Because she said when she read the letter, she could tell that they had physical contact. She was like, I miss your lips. I miss the touch, how smooth your skin is on your body and shit like that. In which I would have went off too. Because a 12-year-old, like, no ma'am, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really know if she was mad, about her having sexual encounters with another girl. I don't know. But then you have to realize this was in the 90s. And you're talking about somebody who was probably born in the, 50s or 60s as her mom. So she probably like, what the hell? But I can understand her. You're 12 years old. You shouldn't be experiencing any of that. Oh, look how pretty that pink is. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Anywho, back to the story. I get sidetracked a lot too. Like, that's what people need to know about me. I get so sidetracked. Like, I'll be like, okay, I'm finna Google this, and then like something will pop up in like the Google feed, and I'll be like, oh, what's this? And I'll get like swept up into like 30-minute story. I'm just like, what was I trying to Google? But anywho, so her mom sees this and just like, oh, hell no. We really finna cut off all communication, pure, like, cold turkey. So she goes to another Catholic school, private Catholic school, and she takes it to, like, the sister of the Catholic school, and they, like, the same week, I don't want to say admitted her, but they, were like, okay, she can come to this school. So she starts going to that school, and she starts making friends. And mind you, Shanda is so pretty. She's such a cute little girl. She has like this really, really thick curly hair. Like, I'm trying to figure, like, I don't know, because like, like black people curly hair and white people curly hair is two different things. But like she was, a little white girl, and she had just like thick curly hair. Like, it was, you could tell like in the pictures that it was just so thick, and she was just such a pretty girl. But anywho, and she immediately starts making friends, and months go by, and Amanda is still writing her, but she tells one of her friends, she's just like, oh, I'm tired of her writing me. We don't even see each other anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm over that. I don't want her to write me no more. And forgot to mention, before she left the existing school where she went to school with her girlfriend, when she went to school with her, they went to a dance, and Melinda saw them there, which is the crazy 16-year-old who's messing with kids. Anywho, well, she's a kid too, but it's just weird. Like, you done failed twice. Why are you worried about a 15, 14-year-old and a 12-year-old? Like, girl, you're weird. Find friends of your own age, sis. But yeah, so those two go to a dance together, and Melinda like walks up to Shanda and is like, you better back off, stay away from her, and all that type of stuff. And I'm just like, when I saw that, I was like, first of all, you are 4 years older than her, and you trying to intimidate the 12-year-old. Like, girl, like, I just wish I had been there, because I would have slapped the shit out of her. It's like, who does that to a 12-year-old and you're 16? Like, it's just odd and weird. But anywho, so like I said, time passes by, and one day, fast forward, then I'm gonna go back. They find out they're in the woods, and like, I guess somebody reports that, it's like smoke coming from the woods, and the police come from the next county. And the police come from that county, and they're just like, oh, somebody was burned really, really badly. They were burned severely. You can't even tell who it is. The wrists are like bound together and stuff like that. And they know it's a girl, but they don't know how old, how young. They don't know anything, because that's how bad the body was burned. And so they look for missing persons in their county, but it didn't fit the description. So, and the man was like, who could have done this? This is like crazy. And all the reporters and all the investigators like, we ain't never seen nothing like this before in this county. You know what I'm saying? We've seen some crazy stuff, because mind you, they live in Indiana, and I feel like, in Indiana and Seattle and places like that, they were a little cray in the 90s. Yeah, so that was that. And also, it's the 90s, so everybody had a fascination with like the occult and satanic cults and stuff like that. Like, all of the goth people, like, they were really into like really dark shit. Like, these were people that are very impressionable. They can't separate a song from reality. Like, I can't, cause see me, like, I have a broad range, wide, whatever you want to call it, a music that I listen to. I listen to super duper heavy metal that sounds like satanic music, but it's never like satanic music at all, but it'll sound like that. And like, I have my super duper R&B where I'm listening to 90s R&B. Like, I listen to a lot of R&B, period, but like, the range of my music, it goes from here to there, and it's a wide jump. And I feel like some teenagers and kids are so impressionable. They're just like, oh, I'm listening to Marilyn Manson, so I gotta go out and slit somebody's throat. Like, back up. So they were very impressionable. And like I said, like, the occult was like, everybody was doing crazy shit in the early 90s. Like, they was doing crazy shit. And, it was a lot of crazy things going on. Like people were burning people alive, or like people would, kill a bunch of animals and assemble them in a weird way. So the police detectives didn't know how to approach the situation. So a little while later, mind you, like, and then like, who does a crime to get caught the next day? Like, you don't even have time to relax. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying you need to relax, because if you do something that dirty and that grimy, that you need to burn, like, period. Ain't no relaxing. But what I'm saying is, you don't even have time to be like, whew. A week has passed, 2 weeks has passed. Nobody said no. No, like, the next day, like, lame. Anywho, the next day, a girl comes in. Her name is Toni Lawson, I think. Am I gonna get in trouble? I don't know. Am I supposed to be saying their names? I don't know. I'm gonna say the name because it's public. So, and like, I had to dig, a whole lot. But anywho, whatever. Toni Lawson. She comes into the police station. She's like, "Hey, I have a crime to report." And they start talking to her like, well, I was with these girls that I really didn't know. I only knew one of them, and the other one got in. I only knew one of them, and the girl who I knew was named Hope. I can't remember her last name. And then Hope had a friend named Lori Tackett, and they were saying they were going to kill this little girl. And I thought it was a joke, that they were just going to scare her. And so then Lori had this friend named Melinda Lovelace. So, like I said, the whole time I'm thinking they're going to, scare her. But turns out they were serious. So they're like, what's her name? And she's like, I never even met the little girl. And I've never met Lori or Melinda until that night. And also, the little girl's name is Shanda. I don't know her last name. So they check the existing counties because these girls went to high school in like another county that was like, 45 minutes away. So they checked where Shanda was reported missing at, and boom, that's who it was. And so how it went down was, it was like around 11:30, and they said that her dad said, 30 minutes, cut the TV off and go to bed. She said, okay, Dad, cool. Around midnight, these three girls show up. Lori, Melinda, weak bitch, was hiding in the car. But when they knocked on her dad, and I don't even know how they got her address, but I'm pretty sure it was simple to find back then. But Lori, Tony, and Hope knock on her door. And then they knock on her door, and they're just like, of course she answers the door. She's like, who, what's going on? Who are y'all? Never seen y'all day in my life. My bad, y'all. But she's like, basically, who are these people? And they say, hey, we're having like a little, small little party or whatever. And Amanda wanted us to come get you because she wanted to see you. So with her not seeing Amanda for a while, she walks to the car with them. Okay, this is my thing. I was like, ma'am, you are 12 years old. Why are you leaving with these girls? Like, me personally, I know I wouldn't have done it because, for one, my mama don't play. She ain't never played, especially when I was young. Like, girl, if I had walked out the house, it could have been at 6 o'clock in the evening on a nice summer day when the sun is still out. If I walk out the house and she don't know, oh, baby, hell's gonna break loose. So, boom, I'm just like, what made her even walk out? I don't care who it was, like, what made her walk out? And I'm not faulting her or anything, because it's definitely not her fault. But I'm just like, what made her walk out? Because I would have never done that. I would be like, first of all, I don't know any of y'all. Secondly, I'm not about to go outside at 12 o'clock at night. You know how big of an ass whooping I'm gonna get? Like, hell no. But she walks out. She gets to the car. No sign of Amanda. And Amanda was nowhere to be found because they just said that to get her outside. Mind you, she hadn't seen Amanda in months. She was at like a whole different school with new friends. She wasn't even talking to Amanda. They just used that to get her outside. So she gets in the front seat, and then boom, Melinda's old ass pops out of the back seat, grabs her by the hair, and puts a knife around her throat and just like, shut up, bitch. And I'm just like, this is a very sad case. And I feel like, especially like Lori and Melinda should have brought it in. They should have got the death penalty. I feel like in certain situations, you should get the death penalty. I don't care what, no, ain't no pleading. I feel like when you plead, you either say, okay, I want to die in a couple years, or I want to die in 10 or 15 years or 20 years. I don't think, pleading guilty should make you not get the death penalty, because they should have died for real. Like, it just, it pisses me off so bad. It's just like, this is a child, like, literally a child. And then not only is she a child, she hasn't even talked to this girl. She don't see her anymore. So why? Y'all have nothing else better to do? Y'all can't go out and hang out with guys like normal girls that are their age, but y'all worry about killing people. Like, weird. Like, tell me they don't deserve to die. Like, I don't want to be that person, but I believe in capital punishment. It's just that on that, especially when it's to do with the child. I believe in capital punishment. If it's a serial killer, your ass need to go. Because why? You're weird. Go. You need to get off the earth. So, I believe in capital punishment. It's just that on that. And I feel like they should have received that. Anywho. So, they take her to this place called the Witch's Lair or something. And it's like secluded in the woods. And the whole time, Tony was just like, she was super scared. But she didn't know how to approach the situation and be like, y'all don't do that, or, say stop. Yeah, and in which I understand Tony, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if that had been me, I would have definitely been like, what are we do? Like, what are y'all doing? Are y'all serious? And, I don't know what I would have done. You know what I'm saying? I honestly don't know, because at this point, these people are actually killing somebody. What's stopping them from killing you? You know, if you count all the people that Tony is cool with, she's only cool with Hope. She don't even know Melinda or Lori. You know what I'm saying? So they can switch on her, and I get it. Like, her mom was like, you know, she still doesn't feel bad for her. She was like, she still could have stopped, but you know, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I would have done in this situation either. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I would have definitely said something, been like, you know, are y'all fucking serious? Like, we doing this? Like, no. But I don't know, you know. When stuff like that happens, you don't know what you would do. I would think that I would want to say something, but these people, like how they are, I would have been freaking terrified. So, yeah. And so they get to the little witch's lair thing, and they beat her up real bad. Mostly Lori, Hope and Tony were just there. Lori holds her, Belinda hits her, and I'm just like, some more weak stuff. Like, you gotta let somebody hold her. She's already smaller than you and younger than you. Now somebody gotta hold her for you to beat her. Like, come on now. You just keep showing how weak you are. Anyway, so she hits her, and it's like they were like the first blow, you know. It really hurt her, so they just hit her, they beat her. She tried to slit her throat, but the knife was too dull, so they couldn't slit her throat, so they just beat her and jumped her. And then they put her in the trunk. She was, you know, super loud, and at this point she was still alive. I reckon she probably was dying, but still alive. And if they had to stop at this point and dropped her off at the hospital, she probably wouldn't have said anything. She probably would have been too scared. Probably would have took her a long time to even say anything, but to go as far as they went was just crazy. But yeah, so they started driving, and they hit, and the sun starts coming up. Like, they're driving for a long time, and occasionally they would stop and beat her. Lori stops one time and gets out the car. Like I said, they had her in the trunk, and you know, hits her in the head with a tire iron. I think that's what they said. And I'm just like, bro. And then they stop at the gas station, gets a Pepsi, they get a 2-liter thing of Pepsi, fills it with gasoline. I'm just like, I just want to kill them so bad. Anyways, strangle them with my bare hands, but whatever. So they do that. They take her to a field, and they're so stupid. Why? Even the detective said, you know, the woods are right there. Why wouldn't you take her to the woods? You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't have been found the next day. Maybe she could have been hidden until next winter. But y'all are so stupid and dumb, doing dumb stuff. You had her right in plain, this is dumb. You put her right in front of plain sight. Anybody driving through can see that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you would know it was a body, but if you walk towards it, you would definitely be like, oh, that's not just tarp or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's something in it. So they poured the gasoline bottle on her, the whole 2-liter, and they set her on effing fire. Set her on fire. And when I tell y'all, the first time I saw it, I wanted to just poof into the TV and just, because why? Why would you do that? Set her on fire, and they laughed about it. And then they also said her last words were mommy. And I'm just you know, this just, if people aren't the devil, I don't know what that is. This is ridiculous. So they find out that it's her and Tony, because she told or whatever. Of course, she doesn't get that much as they do, but she definitely gets, she definitely goes to jail, and you can tell that Tony was definitely torn up completely by it. You could tell because of how she was acting, and she was running from paparazzi, and she just started screaming, just randomly, just started screaming. I'm just girl, you gotta watch who you hang out with, because baby, any of my friends do some crazy stuff like that. I'm oh no, baby, drop me off. Whew. And for me, and when I would have heard kill a little girl, I would have been what the hell? Nah, baby, I'm not going. Deuces, you know what I'm saying? Because for one, Who plays like that? You don't say stuff like that. I don't care if you are playing. We don't play like that. My people and who I be around, we don't play that type of shit. We no. You finna do what? Okay, drop me off. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Cause I'm not gonna be in that type of stuff. But she gets like, they sentenced her to 20 years, but she ends up doing like 5. Melinda, they give Melinda and Lori 60 years, and they give Hope 40, but they all do way less. Actually, Melinda just got out in 2019. Lori got out in 2018. Pisses me off. They should have rotted in prison. They should have died in prison. They should have been, okay, whatever. They should have just stayed there. But, I don't know. Like, I just feel like some things you just can't take back. Like, this little girl literally did nothing to y'all. Like, now she's just gone. She has so much life, ahead of her. And now she's gone because you jealous. Then, honestly, you ain't got no reason to be jealous because she's not even around homegirl no more. So why you still jealous, weirdo? Like, get somebody your own age. Who does that, Just so weird. But, yeah. I don't know. It's just odd. People can do stuff like that. But, yeah. That's the story of Shanda Sharer. And like I said, you can Google her and stuff. She's like super duper. She was such a pretty little girl. They call Melinda she was a lookalike of a bombshell lookalike of the girl that played in Pretty Woman. I can't think of her name. I always forget her name. I don't know. But the lady that played in Pretty Woman. And honestly, she did not look like her. She just had like the curly hair like her. That's all, like, at all. But yeah, they all got out early. And most of the time people get out early anyway, especially, when it's like that. But yeah, that was that story. Hope you enjoyed this. I will be doing these if people like them, actually. I will try to do these every now and then. I'm not gonna make every video like this because sometimes I need to explain what I'm doing. But yeah, if you want to see more true crime, let me know. If you hated it, let me know too. Probably gonna still do it anyway, unless people like really, really hate it. But yeah, if you didn't like it, let me know. I was out of frame a lot when I did this video, but it's so hard trying to film your own hand and do them at the same time. So yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what y'all want to see because that helps me a lot. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Please don't forget to do that. And thank you all for watching. Bye.